Hey everybody, welcome to Show It Live here on showithere.com. I'm Phil Denny. This is
I'm Elizabeth Langford.
Welcome to the show.
We're so excited.
Yeah, we got an awesome show for you guys today. Not only are we celebrating my 10-year wedding anniversary to Carrie, we have Ike and Tash on from Ike and Tash up in the Pacific Northwest. Yes. They're super fantastic people. They do amazing photography in motion, and it's going to be awesome having them on. They're going to talk about something that they rock at.
Yeah. They're so good at it.
Amazing.
I'm so excited to hear
they have
about
an amazing street team. So building like a super awesome senior rep program. Yeah. They're going to talk about that. And then we have this other really cool thing. We started a giveaway last week.
Last Tuesday.
Yeah, for what's known as the Blink Conference. So the Blink Conference is this amazing thing that's happening actually here locally in Scottsdale, Arizona.
The very cool Hotel Valley Ho.
At the Valley Ho.
Yep.
And it's actually Tosh from Ike and Tosh, and then her sister Melinda Watts,
who's amazing.
Who's also amazing. Quite the vocals.
Oh my goodness. Yep. Yes.
They're putting it on here at the Hotel Valley Ho. And so anyways, we're doing the giveaway for that here at the end of the show.
Yes.
So if you haven't
hang with us.
Yeah, if you haven't already entered to win, that's actually here on showithere.com. It's one of the featured articles to win a Blink Conference ticket, and we can put the link up. But go enter. We have over 880 entries.
That is so cool.
Yeah, super crazy awesome. So we're doing the giveaway to that. It's 4 days, 3 nights. Includes food, includes your hotel room, includes just going to the awesome, amazing conference. Yeah. So that'll be.
And this is a very cool, like, boutique conference. It's small, like the ratio. I think it's 1 instructor for every 8 attendees. Yeah. That's amazing. That's better than kindergarten ratios. Well, that's so awesome.
It sold out within the first 48 hours. Right?
It's crazy.
75 people.
I love it.
And then Tosh actually contacted us here at Show It and was like, "Hey, what's going on?" And we were like, "Oh, dude, we'd love to be a part of this because it's going to be super awesome." And they let us auction off a new site. So normally 75. This is the 76th
seat. Yes.
Who gets to go?
We're the 76th seat.
We couldn't be happier.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Yeah, gonna be huge. So today, October 21st, 2004, Carrie Michaels then made a huge mistake, and she said "I do," which everybody at the wedding was as shocked as I was. She said yes.
She would not say that at all, though. Your wife adores you.
She might.
No, she totally adores you.
But so this was 10 years ago. Photography has changed a little bit. So Todd it's evolved a tiny bit. This was us 10 years ago. My, oh my. It was a glorious day. It started off beautiful. It poured.
It rained on my wedding day too. And we've been married 10 years. That was the lucky charm that year.
I always say 2 things went right on our wedding day. You can check out these amazing photos. 2 things went right. We had barbecue. Yeah. And Carrie said I do.
And you had hair.
Yeah, I have hair for every wedding that I'm in.
It's very exciting.
These are so great. So there's selective color in our photos. We got DVDs that I can't play.
Well, we tried to put it in a computer today, and we're like, we don't have one with a.
So these were screenshots. Nate Sees, who works for us, was super amazing, and he went through this 10-year-old slideshow.
God bless you, Nate.
And took screenshots of these. These are so great. I haven't seen these in so long.
This is fantastic.
Ready for this one though? This is the one. Is that the one, Todd? You can show. This takes the cake. Look at that. Bam. That's
like sketch art.
Wedding photography. 2004. That's what this was.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Wow. Our photographer is still doing business. I saw Michelle Jonas Photography.
No, she was our photographer.
She was not.
Yes, she was.
You're kidding me.
Yes, January 3rd, 2004. I kid you not. She shot our wedding.
So awesome. That's really funny.
That's amazing. I love Michelle. Yeah, she shoots a lot of like cool editorial stuff now. I don't know that she does as much weddings now, but she shot something with like an airplane recently that was really cool.
Okay.
That is hilarious. Did you find her at the wedding expo?
No, I didn't go to the wedding expo.
Well, did Carrie find her at the wedding expo?
Neither of us go to wedding expo.
Okay. Well, I went to a wedding expo, and that's how I met Michelle.
Oh, that's so awesome. Oh, you mean 10 years ago?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
No.
10 years ago.
I have no idea how we found her.
That is hilariously awesome. I love that. Very cool.
Man.
She has some bad luck though. It rains on all her wedding days. It rained on mine. It rained on yours.
At our wedding, her assistant's phone went off in the middle of the ceremony, and instead of turning it off, he answered it with speaker, and it was some lady talking in the background, and then my brother, who was standing, up there with me, turned around and yelled at him.
Oh man,
it was beautiful.
But see, this was back in the day before you did like a cell phone check, right? Now it's like everybody check phones, make sure it's on airplane mode or whatnot. I didn't, and my mother has been texting me this morning during the show. I love you, Mom.
There wasn't such thing as airplane mode back then. I'm not even sure that we had colored screens on our phone.
No.
I don't think so.
No. Did you have the little Nokia phone? Did you ever have that one?
I had loved that phone.
It's like now it's like 89 cents.
So much. That was my favorite phone ever. The 6 Plus is cool and all, but that thing, the snake, and then it had this ringtone called Tick Tick. That was my jam. Doot, 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 doot. That was it. I bought that phone for that ringtone.
Did you hear Sting sing ringtones the other night?
No.
On Jimmy Fallon? It was hilarious. You guys have to go watch that. But
that'll be soon. That's crazy.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
That is really
That's
funny.
awesome.
Yeah, I was actually looking up her work earlier today.
Yeah.
Didn't see your wedding on there. Our wedding wasn't on the site either. Kind of sad.
Well, it's been a few years. It's been a decade.
But a lot of her work is very much so the same.
Yeah. It's very cool. I feel like we have a bond now.
We do. Take that.
Same wedding photographer. Hey, internet, I don't want to ruin your coffee cup is so way cooler than mine. I've got a Phoenix mug, and you'll get to see what Ike and Tash have this morning because they are so excited to come, and we're just so excited to talk to them. We should do that.
We should do that.
Nobody wants to hear us.
Probably right now.
Yeah, let's do it.
Without further ado, the amazing Ike and Tash, and Ike just sat down. Ike's wearing his super sweet Blink conference T-shirt, which is totally awesome.
Love it.
Woot, woot. So, guys, welcome to the show.
Hey.
Hey. Welcome. Super excited to have you guys here and talk about your street team and all of that, and then also we'll maybe mention this really cool thing called the Blink Conference.
I never heard of it.
Yeah,
Don't know what you're talking about.
Well,
I got that way we're thrift shopping. Malcolm Moore, Seattle represent.
That's right. Get your thrift shop on. So for those who are watching who may not know you, give us a little intro. Who are Ike and Tash?
Well, we are a husband and wife team based out of Tacoma, Washington, which is it's not a little town, but we're like the little sister of Seattle. So we're about 25 minutes south of the city, and we shoot families, engagements, weddings, and seniors. But it seems that people think that we only shoot seniors because we're like we do okay at it. So
you're rocking it.
And that's who we are. We have a little chocolate drop named Wisdom, who is actually more popular and more well-liked than we are.
She has her own Instagram, right?
She does. Yeah. Life with Wisdom. And Life with Wisdom is a lot of fun. Yeah. It's way more fun than without her. Yeah. So that's kind of a little bit about us.
I'm not ashamed to admit.
Yeah, was it? That's us.
That's you. I'm not ashamed to admit that I actually knew of Wisdom before I knew of Ike and Tash.
We get that often, actually. We were at the airport once, and somebody was like, is her name Wisdom? And we were like, yeah. And they're like, are you guys photographers? Oh, I follow her on Instagram. That happens more often than I'd like to admit.
Yeah, more people recognize her. I'm like, oh, you guys are Wisdom fans.
Wait, that wasn't supposed to start yet. You're only 2.
Yeah, right.
So, that's awesome. You know what? I just heard a study, though, that they recently did that said a lot of, millennials now, their kids have their own social media accounts.
I hope millennials don't have kids yet.
Is it millennials? I don't know.
Gen Wires.
There you go. Gen Wires. Or no, I guess little millennials have their own accounts. That's really cool.
It depends on how you feel. Some days I feel like I'm young. Some days I feel like I'm 40 plus. I'm a baby boomer today.
Yeah.
It makes it really tough though, because how do you tell a 2-year-old who's been on social media her entire life when she's 15 that she can't have a Facebook or an Instagram? You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's true.
That's gonna be a really tough argument.
Yeah.
That's true.
So
Yeah, but she's going to grow up to be very, very wise. I have a feeling.
Yeah.
You sure hope
With
so.
a name like wisdom. She'll make really good choices.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Well, and it's funny because every time we like take a picture, even if it's just for us, like a family picture of us and the kids, my kids all ask like, are you going to Instagram that? Are you going to Facebook that?
Right.
Like, how many likes did that get on Facebook? I'm like, you shouldn't even know what a like is. You're 8 years old.
Yeah.
Get off the internet.
They don't need that drama, that pressure in their life of getting likes. You don't want to put that on just yet.
So I tell them none.
You got 0.
Right.
Tell them your grandma saw it and she didn't even like it. So there.
You always have those that scroll and they're like, oh, this is cool. Scroll. Like, come on.
Yeah. Well, like my mom has an Instagram account and she's had one for, I don't know, at least 4 years.
Whoa, since like the beginning?
Yes, because that's how she sees pictures of our kids. She has not ever once commented, liked, or posted her own picture.
She might now.
Nope.
She's not watching the internet today?
Oh, no, she doesn't know I'm on the internet.
Okay.
No, but like she has 2 posts on her account and they were both by our kids. Like our kids.
She's a lurker.
She just likes to
She
look
is a
because that's how
lurker.
she sees pictures of our kids.
But that is an easy and quick way to do that, to make sure that someone can see it. So tell us about your clients, the street team, who obviously love social media and they're all over it. When did you form the street team, and give us a little background on that?
Awesome. So we started shooting back in 2009, but we started our business in 2010. And at that time, we were only shooting families. We started our business shooting families. We had like a few weddings, but I have a background in youth development. And so that's kind of what people don't know about me. Before I was a photographer, I was in youth programming. And so I did a lot of that. And when we started shooting, like I really kind of missed that part of my job, like my part, like just the social work part of things. And so we wanted to get into senior photography, but we're a little older. And so
she's a little older.
Oh, okay. I'm older. And kids don't hang out at the mall and they don't do what we did 10, 15 years ago. So it was really hard to find like young people. We just didn't know how to do it. And so I was like kind of investigating and reading about senior rep programs, but they all seemed very bogus to me in terms of they benefited the photographer. I know enough about young people and about working with young people that I know that if you want to engage a young person, it has to have a benefit to them. And I just saw that there was nothing in senior rep programs that was anchoring young people to them. Like young people value connection. They value being a part of something. And that's what a lot of senior rep programs were missing. And so we decided that we wanted to create a senior rep program that was actually like attractive, but that also benefited the young person. You know, and so the focus was on really just like pouring into the young person, giving to the young person. And then as a result of that, naturally we would get what we wanted out of it, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. And you gave us, you know, I have like a little cheat sheet here. You gave us a couple tips to kind of help people, get this started on their own. And I love number one. I absolutely love this. So you said, know why you do it. So give me a little insight as to why that's your first step, like in the importance of that.
Well, I think that at this point in the game, especially in 2014 with Instagram, it's just not enough to want to take pretty pictures, because with Visco and Afterlight and all those really amazing apps, like anyone at this point can be an incredible photographer. You know, the selfie movement is strong. People know their angle. So being a good photographer is not enough. Wanting to create amazing pictures is just not enough anymore. And wanting to make money is not enough. And so I think like there has to be more to it. And so for us, it was just like, we have this really incredible opportunity to be a part of young people's lives and to really speak into their life at a really pivotal time when they're getting ready to, you know, transition into adulthood and kind of figure out who they're going to be. We can kind of come in and be that one more set of hands and support to help them kind of make that transition. And so with that background in youth development, it was just really easy to come in and go, yes, I want to take awesome pictures, but more than that, I want to be a support system, another person in this young person's life that they can come to, that they can count on, that they know is there. And that kind of frames and shapes kind of our business. With our street team, but also with our clients that come because of the street team. Like we're very like interested in who they are, what they're going to do, where they're going. And we see that in that 4 hours that we're with them, or that 8 hours over the course of the time that we're working with them, that we have an opportunity to speak life into them. You know, so.
And to add to that, it's also important because if you know why, and if you have a legit reason, like if you are being authentic to the cause, then you'll have the passion to keep going and to push and to go that extra mile. Because it's funny, it's Ike and Tosh, but Tosh loves the seniors. I like the seniors.
Yeah.
Ike loves the weddings. Tosh is okay with a wedding.
Dang, so, I can't even get I just get okay.
Yeah. The difference is like at a wedding, I'll be there. Like if we were supposed to leave at 9, I'll stay until 10:30 just because I want to be there. Like it's more.
And
than
at
just,
6 o'clock, I'm like, are we done yet?
Yeah, and at senior sessions, I'm like, do you got any ideas? I'm like, I think you got it all, man.
Because I could shoot all day. Because I love being with young people.
It's fun for me, and I like doing it. But like, if I had to pick one, I'd pick a wedding over a senior any day. An hour session over 8-hour wedding, I would do the 8-hour wedding every time.
Yeah.
That is fascinating, but that's great though, that as a team you can kind of balance each other out, and when the other one is like, oh, I'm getting to the end of my energy, you know, the other can compensate.
I could do senior. I'd be like, yeah, whatever you want, it's fine, just do it.
That happens with us too. Like on a wedding day, once the reception hits, Carrie's like, she just goes into creative mode. Like, what can I do creatively here to kind of entertain herself? And I'm entertained by the party. Like that's you know, whoop, whoop.
Carrie's better than me. I'm like, I've checked out.
Yeah.
Sorry, Bryce.
Well, she does it because like she didn't used to check out, but she'd come really close. You know, but so now she's like, what can I do?
Well, you've each found your strengths though.
Yeah.
Like her strength is in making beautiful portraits. And by the time you get to the reception, like that is
that opportunity is gone. And that's exactly right, Liz. Like when it comes time to do like the bridals and stuff, I'm all in there. I'm so excited about it. But when it's time for the party, I'm like, okay, where's the cake? I'm hungry.
Bring me some sugar.
Standing in chairs, getting flashes, wasting frames, like whatever.
That's so awesome.
Doing like the slow drag with the camera.
Yeah, I'm all trying to experiment. Like, how did you get that one shot? And I'm like, oh, sorry, I was just practicing.
Yeah, right. So, so step 2, I love, and you touched on this a little bit here because I've done some studies as well on the differences in generations and ages, and this next group of people, like I'm part of the Gen Y generation. Sometimes that makes me really happy. Sometimes that makes me really sad. But I am part of Gen Y, and something that we like crave and we thrive is having a voice and being a part of something bigger that really kind of helps society, right? And so you talk about giving young people that voice. Can you kind of expand on that? Because I think that's huge.
Yeah, well, traditionally, senior rep programs are like, you do this for me, and I'm going to do this for you. Yeah. And so usually it's like, bring me business, I'm going to give you pictures, and that's kind of where the relationship ends. Well, what we do with our girls is we have them inform our business, and we treat them like partners. So the business now is theirs. When we bring them on, like this is our business, but you're an extension of our business. You're an extension of our team and our brand. And so we sit down and we talk with them about what it is that young people like, what, of these products that we've ordered, do these even appeal to you? Do you even care about this? Does this even matter to you? What are kids saying at your school? What are they saying about senior portrait photographers? What do they like? What's the conversation around us and our brand? Do they even know who we are? How are young people finding senior portrait photographers? Like, what are they looking for? Do they even think senior pictures are cool? I think these are questions that we ask them because they know. They know what young people want. I remember the girls, they were telling me, they were like, we really want you to have Ike and Tash lanyards made. And I'm like, a lanyard, like for what? And they're like, well, kids love lanyards. Like, it's how we keep up with our keys. And I'm just like, well, I would have never have thought that would have been important. Or
we've been out of high school too long to even
we just don't know.
We did have those keychains with the ropes on. They were cool. And then you had all like the little plasticky things on the bottom, and they're like,
okay.
And then everybody had like 15 keys, but they didn't have a car.
You gotta cut them off, y'all.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
So or there'll be things where I think they're cool. I think like this thing is really cool, and they don't think it's cool at all, and it has no value.
For sure.
And so it's just really important to ask the young people what they like and what they want, and to not be afraid to do those things. I think as photographers, like we get really nervous about spending money. We get really nervous that we're not going to get a return on our investment. But I think that with young people, you have to take a risk, and you have to understand like a big risk equals a big reward. Sure. And so we're willing to take those risks financially if the young people inform those choices, because we know that they're going to live up to kind of the expectation that comes with taking the risk, because we're coming to them first and we're asking.
And also to add to that, I heard this quote a while ago, and it was in terms of businesses, and it was if employers managing employees, and it said, if you give them ownership or make them feel like they own a part of the business, they'll work harder for you. And that's very true. Like any kind of corporation or business or platform where like the people that work for it feel like it's theirs too, and they share a part of it, they work harder and they're more enthusiastic about the goal and the mission itself. So as far as with the kids, it's kind of like we're like a sports team and they want their team to win, but then they also want to be like the star player too at the same time. So it's kind of like all of that.
Yeah.
They're also like, they'll be more diligent to protect the investment too, the thing that they're a part of. I have girls that are now in college, and if they see anybody that is doing anything that looks close to what we've done, there was a photographer who had ampersand shirts. Like I got those text messages right away. Like they're just little things that happen, or they'll be at school and they'll be like, so-and-so says she's on a senior rep program that's a street team too. And they forget that like we teach on this, so people may use the name, you know, and they get so upset. They're just like, well, they don't know, we're the best. And I'm just like, you guys, it's okay. Like we'll be okay. But there's just an ownership there. So they want to protect the brand too. You know,
I'm inciting riots. I'm like, go get a group of people and step to them and say, take the shirt off right now.
go buy them a genuine jockey t-shirt and just give it to them and say, please, here, put this on instead.
I love that though, that there's buy-in from the client, from the kids. And I'm looking at a picture now. I don't know if Todd can pull it up. Looks like you're doing a senior session giveaway, and there's all these adorable girls, and they're wearing the ampersand shirt, which from where I can see, it doesn't have anything on it that says Ike Tash. It has the ampersand.
It says on the back, right at their collar.
But on the front, it's just about being part of this team and being a group of other people, and really, like as humans, that's such a natural thing. We want to be a part of a team, and I think that's really cool that you've given them ways that they can do that. That isn't like your big name on the front. It's the ampersand. So it's you, but they get to be them in it.
For sure,
it's implied, right? And that's the conversation. Like these girls, like I try to keep all of our branding materials pretty neutral so that it gives them an opportunity to talk about it. Who wants to rock like a big old logo with someone else's name? Like that's not cool.
You can't wear that to the mall on a regular day.
And
like,
feel good about that. Like, I mean, I don't want to wear a shirt that says Kate Spade. I want to wear a shirt that represents, if I'm a business owner, I want to wear a shirt that represents me. These guys represent us, but I want it to be something that they'll feel good and proud to wear.
Right, totally.
That's a fashion statement without it being like, hey, go shoot with Ike and Tosh. Like that's kind of awkward.
Yeah, no, I love it. It's adorable. And they all, in that picture, they all have their different style. You know, they're wearing leopard print pants, or they're wearing a denim skirt. It's just fun. They get to be them and represent you as part of a team. That's really cool.
I'm really glad now that I didn't wear my leopard print pants today, because I would have looked like
you can't really see.
You can kind of see
pants. I guess sort of.
I mean, maybe
a little bit. Was that like a dark denim you got on there?
I think you have pajamas on underneath that desk.
Hey, I'm just happy that I remembered to put on full-length pants today.
That's exciting. Except it's going to be 91 degrees here today.
I'm not going to keep them on.
Okay.
I'm going to wear shorts. Shorts, guys. I'm switching.
Keep your pants on, sir.
Shorts.
What else is on this awesome list from Ike and Tash?
One of my favorite words ever. Like this is one of my favorite. Be intentional. Yes. Right? Like this is huge, and I think it goes across. I mean, I use it relationally, and then as well, Carrie and I use it in our business. But you're saying be intentional, and I want to ask you about this. Focus on the in between. So what does that mean?
Okay, so obviously we all know what be intentional means, but the most important and key part about it is that young people vote with their feet. They show up when they know that something's real, and they can sniff fake and falsity like right away. And so when I say focus on the in-between, I mean like focus on the things between the pictures. Like it can't just, and when we're talking about senior reps, we're talking about a long-term relationship. We're not just talking about a portrait session, a ordering session, and then we're done. We're talking about over the course of a year. And so these guys have a lot going on this senior year. They're making decisions about where they're going to go to school. They're filling out scholarship applications. They're trying to decide what things they're going to be involved in. We try really hard to pay attention to the things that are happening in our community. An example of this is when the girls were getting ready to start school, we found out via Instagram that they were doing a senior sunrise. So all the seniors in the whole city of Tacoma were going to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and watch the sunrise together.
I'm like, what?
That's amazing. High schoolers don't do that.
No, and we don't have sun. So what sun were they watching? We don't know. But they were going to get up and do that. So Ike was like, I think we should go check this out and show up. And I was just like, I don't know. I don't really want to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning. Like, I probably will just have gone to sleep like an hour before that. But we got up and we went down there and we just took pictures. We did not take business cards. We did not wear a T-shirt to promote ourselves.
Yeah, we just showed up just to be out there.
All these kids with their cell phones are trying to take pictures, and we're like, no, let us take the pictures. We just went and served. Yeah. And then afterwards, we posted them on Facebook and Instagram and let them take them. Initially it was about just being there and being seen and being out there. And obviously, there's always a reason and a purpose. But that was important to those kids. It's their first day of school. We got an opportunity to encourage them and to say, have a great day of school. And at the end of that, they remembered. And what it did for our girls is it empowered them because their senior photographer was down there. It made them look really cool.
Yeah. And we didn't look like anybody's parents. We just kind of were out there hanging out, chilling.
Thank God there were no 2-year-olds there because we would have looked like somebody's parents. Right. But we were just there. We were chilling. We were hanging out. And so the girls were like, that's your senior photographer? That's so cool that they came down here and took these pictures. Right. And then our girls felt great because they had no idea we were coming. And it was just this thing that we were giving to them, which means that they trust us even more to come through when it's important. And so it set the tone for the relationship for the rest of the year. Like when it matters, they know we're going to show up. Yeah. Even if they don't say anything, we're paying attention. We care about what matters to them. And it was just a really special thing for their first day of school. We got so many text messages about how it started their year off right to see that we were down there supporting them.
That's so cool.
So it was awesome. And it really was just a Starbucks and a couple of hours of no sleep, to make an impact. And we actually got a lot of sessions out of that.
That's awesome. People were like, oh, I saw you at the sunrise. I'm so-and-so. So I'm like, oh, yeah. That's
well, and you have a toddler. It's not like you're getting an extreme amount of sleep anyway. So, what's given up 2 or 3 hours at that point?
Exactly.
Sure.
That's awesome. So I'm going to lean over here and look at Fields. I don't have my glasses on. What does that say, sir?
It says I love this one also. Stop paying attention to what other photographers are doing, especially if they're if they're 10,000 miles away, which 10,000 miles, that's a long way, but 1,200 miles, that's,
Right.
Yeah, well, 1,200, because Virginia's only what?
Even 2 hours from here, it's just so different. You know what I mean? I mean, even 45 minutes from Tacoma is rural, high school students, fields and stuff.
Yeah.
I just feel like we just get so caught up and we're buying so-and-so's plan for doing this, but we're forgetting that so-and-so lives in a highly affluent area where the kids are driving BMWs and Mercedes, or we're thinking about so-and-so who does this, and we're forgetting that so-and-so has access to all of these because she was a fashion photographer before. We're just not thinking about what we're good at and what makes us unique.
Right.
And we're not playing to our own strengths. Right. And I think that's kind of the problem. I think that we're trying to take someone else's ideas and someone else's things and apply them to what we're doing. And we're not working with the same resources or the same even young person. So I think it's just important to know who your young people are and play to those strengths and play to the strengths of your business. I am in Washington. The thrift shop culture, the hipster culture is huge here. My kids are not necessarily glamorous in terms of that's just not our culture,
right?
Big hair, heavy makeup.
We're just not that way, and so it's just important to know who you're marketing to,
right?
And playing to those things. And so we know our young people love nature. They're outside. They're venturers. there was this big like Vance Creek Bridge. Everybody would try to go there and take like really cool hipster pictures and try to, like that's our culture. And so we play to that. We know that we're fun. We're fun, you know.
I'm liable to break out in a break dance at any moment of time.
Right, like we just know what works for us, and we take those things and we play those things up.
That's really cool.
And I think that that's important. I think it's important to bring those things to the table. And so one thing that we do, we love music, we love to dance, we love to have a good time. So we went and we bought a Bose wireless speaker. And every senior that shoots with us knows that there's going to be music on location and we're going to have a good time and it's going to be fun.
That's awesome.
That's probably not a great example, but
but that's being authentic to you. If Ike loves to break dance and he just wants to break into a dance, you know, then you can be confident in that.
Break dancing is not just breaking into a dance, though.
I
just want to clarify that, you know, there's because I break into dance, but it's not quite
down with the break dance. I know. I can't do it, but I've seen
this big wave of like senior promo videos that are like kind of going around, and everybody feels like they need to have a senior promo video. And I really struggled with that because as a senior photographer and as being known as a senior photographer, I feel like we should have a senior promo video too, but we're not exclusively senior photographers. That's not all we do. And I had to really kind of go, am I going to do this because this is the trend and this is what's expected? Or am I going to think about what my business really needs and what makes sense for my business? Is the senior promo video going to bring me more business? Is it going to affect or influence my brand in a way that, you know what I mean? Those kinds of things. And so we decided against it. We do okay. We don't really need a brand video. It's not really authentic to our brand overall. So it's not something that so those are the kinds of things that I'm doing, because I think we can really get in the habit of buying things or trying to keep up with the Joneses and forgetting that like what we're doing is working for us.
That's true. And that completely leads into the fifth point that you sent us, which was to be genuine and create a brand around your strengths. Like those number 4 and number 5 just so perfectly fit together, and you've obviously done that and been really real to who you are, and that's how I think that's why you're rocking it. Like,
thank you.
It's amazing. Your kids love you. Your photos are beautiful, and it's clearly who you guys are. I just think that's awesome.
For cheesy. Yep.
So you have me talking a little different now.
No, I say cheesy every 13 words.
Okay.
That might be true.
Yeah, they unmic me for every 13 words cheesy because I work it into conversations cheesy like that. So
your predictive text already types it in.
Exactly. Yeah, it just knows. Right. After every 4, the word 4, it says cheesy. So
going back to just doing what works for you, I think it's really easy to kind of just to get caught up in trying, but you know, it's so much easier to be authentic and to allow your authenticity to really like flow and to kind of take off when you're not pretending or when you're not trying to keep up. So, you know, we don't have everything together, but the things that we have together, we're really good at, and we put our focus on those things. Like we know what we're good at and we play those strengths up. We know that we're fun. We know that we're going to give a good time. And so we put a lot of focus on the experience. And so I just think that's so important. I think it's so important to really, really know, like your brand, really know you and to put you all up in that.
Yeah. And to add to that, like, for example, with how we market, like we put all our money into the girls. Like we don't have any ads in any magazines. We don't put flyers on walls. We don't have any commercials.
We hardly have business cards at this point because we'd rather spend it on a pizza party for our girls.
For sure.
So like for us, like instead of thinking that we should probably put up a flyer at the nearest coffee shop, we instead like have a party or ice cream party for these girls so that they can have something to talk about instead. That's just kind of like what we'd rather do rather than traditional advertising or things like that.
I love that. And how fun is that when you get to have an experience? I think
it's all about the experience.
Yeah, people would much rather have that than have some other tchotchke type thing.
Oh, for sure.
I actually learned something that has shaped my business our business so much. And I say mine just because I'm thinking about the seniors, but Zach and Jody, who are another really amazing show it tier team, they said when people trust you, they buy in.
For sure.
And so the goal is to get people to trust you, to give and to give and to give, because when it's time for you to ask for them to invest or to pour into you, they've already trusted you because you've already given so much. It's not hard to do the right thing. And so with our street team, we kind of use that philosophy that they taught us. It's like we give. And when it comes time for them to go out and to represent us, or when we need them to do something or to come through for us, it's so simple and so easy because we've already established that trust. And not only with the young people, with their parents too. The parents have no problem buying or purchasing or picking up their kid at 1 o'clock in the morning after a crazy day of shooting or whatever, because they know that the investment is going to be long-term and they know that their girls are getting something out of it. We just had a parent that was here a couple of nights ago, and she was just like, thank you so much for all that you do for our girls. They feel so loved. They feel so special. And this really is going to shape, you know, the rest of the year. I know that when she comes and she's going to hang out with you, that she's getting good stuff, and that you're sowing, you know, we're sowing into good ground, and that there's going to be a good seed that comes from it. So
that's awesome. And that trust that you formed with your seniors, I think you have also formed with the photography community. And that's why Blink sold out as fast as it did. Lickety split. Because they know that they are going to get something so amazing from you and from your speakers. And so I think, are we ready to talk a little Blink?
I think we can go into some Blink.
Let's do that.
I think there's a couple of things. Yeah. So
let's pull the winner.
So the Blink conference is going to be at this amazing hotel here in Scottsdale called the Valley Ho, which you got your awesome Valley Ho mug going right there. Yeah. And then something, Todd, can you see my screen? Okay. Something that, nope.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I am. No.
Technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties.
Well, it would not be a show at live without a little bit of technical difficulty.
Well, real quick then, before you can get to showing my screen, I think we should do the giveaway.
Let's do it.
So the giveaway.
Are you guys ready?
Let me see if we have the most up-to-date count here on this. So
who's excited in the chat for the giveaway?
Yeah,
like a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yes, that's like a lot of people. Oh, Tasha's sister Melinda is on. Hi, Melinda.
Hey.
So
love her.
Yeah, so Melinda's like one. I've had the opportunity to get to talk to her quite a bit lately.
But have you had the chance to hear her?
No. Well, I've talked to her and I've listened.
No.
Has she sang
to heard Melinda yet?
No. She has got the most amazing voice.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
I'm really hoping maybe she'll sing a few bars. So I will be seeing her
Melinda,
here in
call
November.
Field.
Yeah, and just so with the giveaway, we're actually going to close it now. We have 800. Good question.
894 entries into the giveaway. 894 people vying for the seat that really didn't exist until Tosh and Ike were like, let's do this.
Yeah,
let's give one lucky person.
Super awesome.
The golden ticket.
Yep, there's a show at golden ticket, so we're gonna go ahead and do that now. We're gonna select
chocolate.
What's up?
Everybody open their chocolate bars now.
Open your chocolate bar. So out of the 894 entries that we had come in, oh gosh, all right. So we have a winner. Drum roll. So in the event, so the ticket, the giveaway includes the 4-day, 3-night, and it includes the stay here at the Valley Ho, which is super awesome. It includes all sorts of other greatness. It does not
big hug for me.
A big hug. It does not, however, include airfare or travel. So if the winner can't find can't get out here, we will select another winner. But the winner, without further ado, is Mecca Gamble.
Mecca Gamble.
Awesome! I love Mecca.
Yay! Oh,
she's so cool.
That's awesome. Where is she from?
She's from Atlanta, Georgia.
What? Atlanta.
That's so awesome.
I don't know who Mecca is.
That is fantastic.
I don't either, but I am really excited.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, it's amazing. And Mecca, Southwest flies a direct flight from Atlanta to Phoenix. I was on it just a few weeks ago.
I've done that flight at least 9 times.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I think you're winning at that. I'm not. I haven't done it that many times. Yay, Mecca. We are so excited.
He's like, you're sitting in my seat. I always sit here. Right.
That's my aisle.
Mecca, that's so cool.
That's so awesome. So
Yay.
we are going to email her now, which I've never done that portion, so I don't know if I'm doing that right. But I clicked the email.
You've never
now.
sent an email?
I've never sent an email. So, but anyways, Mecca will be emailing you with the details and all that fun stuff. Congratulations. We're really super excited about it. I'm trying to figure out how to find my IP address. Well, I would like to show the whatchamadiddles. Did you find it? No. Oh.
Field has this really fancy, beautiful phone. And we've tried to show it a couple times. We're gonna have to figure that out. We've done okay. I think I'm gonna steal it though.
So
have you guys jumped into this whole iPhone 6 Plus world? Are you rocking vintage?
I have a 4S. I have a vintage iPhone.
Excellent. Me too. Me too.
It works just fine for me.
Yeah, mine still makes calls. I remember when I wanted my phone to only make calls. I thought it was ridiculous that it would like take a picture or play a song. And now if it can't scramble eggs, I get frustrated.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I think that Field made a great point about that old school Nokia. I got my first cell phone at 21 years old, and I still remember
See, and that
best
was
ringtone ever.
That was an okay ringtone, but like everybody had it. It was all about the tick tick.
The tick tick.
Doot, doot, doot.
Where it just sounded like something was about to explode.
Yeah,
in
it
your
was.
bag.
That was my jam. That was every time I bought the phone specifically for that ringtone. No joke.
That's amazing.
Yeah, my buddy had the phone, and he got a phone call, and that came in, and so I was like, "What? That's the coolest sound ever."
You know,
you were so progressive then and ahead of your time.
That was the defining. That was the differentiating thing for phones was ringtone, because you couldn't do anything else. Like
there wasn't
you put a leather case or not, and then your ringtone was what made you. You know?
There wasn't like internet to where you could just go download new ringtones.
You couldn't have a cover.
I actually had the Nokia that I got had the interchangeable cover, so I had like a baseball one, and it was leather like a baseball.
Oh, you were hip. My first cell phone. I paid $70 a month. For 30 minutes.
That's awesome.
It was for emergencies only.
I remember those days when you couldn't talk.
Nope.
Yeah, you can't talk.
You would almost you'd be like, call me. I'm not going to answer it, but you're just going to call me, and then I'm going to go to my home phone and I will call you back. And there was no caller ID, so you didn't know who called you, but you just call the first 3 people that probably would have been the ones to call you, because I didn't want to use up my minutes. I wasn't going to answer that phone.
Life is so intrusive now when you think about it.
Oh yeah.
Crazy.
For sure.
Even my daughter, I think one of her first words was iBone. And we couldn't figure it out. We were like, iBone. She's asking for the iPhone. And now if I call my husband, I'll have Siri text him, and Siri will ask me, do you want me to send the message? And Lily is literally yelling from the back seat, send! Because she just knows that that's what you're supposed to say to the lady on the phone.
Right? That's what the lady on the phone says to do. So that's what we do.
She's not Instagramming yet, though. I think she might have to get an Instagram so she can hang out with wisdom on the internet.
Sweet.
I think that sounds great.
So real quick, I wanted to show, because we were talking Blink and we were talking conference and we did the giveaway. It was Mecca Gamble. Well, this is something that Ike and Tash haven't seen yet, or Melinda Watts hasn't even seen yet. This is the Blink conference mobile site. So we wanted to kind of pimp this out, because it was done using Showit. It's completely custom. And hopefully it rings true to what the conference is going to be. So we have a link there for the schedule, the info. You can check out the awesome speakers, the cool venue, a nice little video. But let's look at the speakers real quick, because I think there's some super awesome people.
Some amazing speakers.
Incredible lineup.
Yeah. So the first people listed there are pretty cool. They've talked on the internet before. Ike and Tosh, and then we have Amanda Holloway, Ross Oscar Knight, Robin Vanessa Joy, Alex Evian, who I love, Michelle Newell, the Boudoir Divas. This is huge, guys.
Amazing.
This is really a big deal. So hopefully everybody can go see that. We're gonna make this live here in just a little bit. What?
They just added in.
Oh yeah.
Some people that we just love and adore too.
Yep.
Amy and Jordan Demos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is
we love them. Yeah. We're so happy to have them.
They're pretty great. They're all right.
They're good peeps.
I may or may not spend a significant amount of time with them.
You do spend a lot of time with them. You're lucky. Yep. You're a lucky man.
I really am, for more reasons than one. Well, guys, thank you very much for being on the show today. The Blink Conference mobile site will be live a little bit later today. But anyways, yeah, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for having us. It was such a blast. Yeah, it's so good seeing you guys. We're excited to see you in a couple weeks.
I know, we're super excited.
Yay,
you guys
can't
are
wait
gonna
for
be
you
here.
to get here.
And also thank you for your information today. You guys are genuine, and it really, you can hear it all the way through your entire talk today, just how great and awesome you guys are, and how much you actually love your senior reps and your street team. I think that above anything else just speaks volumes about you guys. So thank you very much for joining us and talking about that.
Thank you. And thank you for giving us another seat that we could give away.
Yeah.
We're so excited.
So excited.
Congratulations to Mecca Gamble, our big winner. Yep. That made Tuesday awesome.
Today was already pretty awesome.
It was great.
Yeah.
10-year anniversary.
Happy anniversary, Phil.
Thank you.
10 years.
Thank you. It's a big deal. Nobody believed that Carrie could do it. It's a very, very big deal. So thank you.
You should go treat her to a Slurpee at 7-Eleven or something.
Maybe they do have that new strawberry watermelon Slurpee. So I may just treat her.
Better shut this show down and get you on the road, buddy.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys, and thanks everybody for joining us out there on the internets.
Yeah.
Join us next week. Next week is
Halloween.
Well, we're not doing it on Halloween. We're doing it on Tuesday.
We're gonna pretend it's Halloween.
We're eating candy on Halloween.
Yes.
But next Tuesday we have the super awesome Kristen Booth.
Yes.
Is gonna join us via the internet.
So excited.
Dress up at home,
please.
And you can trick or treat the show at team here.
Yeah. Let us know if you're gonna be dressed up, because we will try and trick or treat you via Skype.
Yep.
And if you're local here and you're a show-tier, put on that costume and come on down. I know Kristen is going to be in costume, and I'm just gonna gander a guess that it's going to be something very lovely and princess like and romantic, because that's her brand, and she's going to talk to us about how she made a very niche brand. How do you say that? Niche. It
depends on where you are. If you're here in the US, it's just niche.
But I'm sure she says it much better than that. But we're super excited to hang out with Kristen and celebrate Halloween a few days early. So
join us next Tuesday, 10 a.m. or 10 a.m. ish.
Ish.
All right, guys. Thanks very much.
Bye, guys.
Have a great day.
Be awesome.
Thank you.